Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Something crazy is going on. I went to go play my intro and I was like, where's my intro? My intro is gone because I'm actually logged in on accident to John Crump's account. So that's my bad. But let's go ahead and get it started. So I want to go ahead and say what's up and welcome to DB Cooper, who was first this evening. So congratulations, my friend. Hold up. Is the music off? Let me make sure. This is crazy. Okay, yeah, we're good. This is the last time I join accounts with John Crump. Anyway, so DB Cooper, congratulations on being first, my man. Great to see you here. We got Mike McClune, channel member. Of course, DB Cooper is also a channel member. We got Toy Town Inc. What's up, brother? We got, let's see, DB T for Tejas. What's up, brother? Another channel member. Detective John Kimball, who says first. Definitely not first, but you know, it was an honorable attempt. So congratulations, another channel member. Let's see who else we got up in here. Mike McClune, channel member. DB Culpa. It's not a culpa. Jeff Cron, what's up, brother? Another channel member. Make sure if you are a channel member, sign off in chat so I can make sure to honor all the homies and homettes up in here. Okay, now honorable mentions. We got Scott D. Magnificent. What's up, brother? Ron Bear, what up? Hey, Doc, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. Was about to go to bed, and then I saw this. Hell yeah! Thanks for joining us. Doc either owns or helps run Blackout Coffee, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you for joining us. Dennis Dottie, what up? Thank you for joining. Fire Rodder. Tuck Firance, a little bit of a switcheroo there. I love it. Joe Morris, what up? Fire Rodder, man against the masses. All you guys, excuse me. Great to see all y'all. Let's see who else. I don't want to miss anybody here. Alberto Spear, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us. And Anthony Smith, there you are. Anthony Smith, good to see you. Let's see, make sure. Joe Morris, Mike McClune, Detective John Kimball, Scott. Ron Bayer says, Reap. Good to see you. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started. So a lot of you guys, I'm sure you've seen out there a lot of effery going on with YouTube. And YouTube has been having some issues, and they've been going way extreme on some channels that focus on, I don't know, firearms, freedom, independence, privacy, kind of focusing on that freedom part. So some people have gotten strikes. Some people have gotten banned. Some people have literally lost their channel. Now, your boy got a strike. I was banned for a week. Now I'm back. Hey, what's up, Senor Bob? Another channel member. And Vanessa Kitty, what's up? Thank you for joining us. So I was banned for a week. But the guy that I'm about to bring on also got a strike. I think he got several strikes. And then YouTube sent him an email saying, hey, your channel's gone, because that's just how they do things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce, for not the first time on my channel, probably like the third or fourth time, you all know him, ladies and gentlemen, Babyface P. Welcome. Oh, got the clacker. Oh, snap.
That's what I think about all this.
Wait, where'd you get that thing?
This literally came in the mail today.
Oh, dude, that's so dope.
If anybody wants one, a guy named Onyx Arms on Instagram sells them. I did some horse trading and got one.
I wonder if that can ever be Well, never mind. I mean,
I was wondering, like, can you set off fireworks? Like, what could we do with this? Because there's got to be something, right? Because they're not controlled. There's no control on this.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that's controlled typically is the PETN tube that it comes out of that thing. Did you know?
That's right.
The shock tube, when you clack off, the shock tube is actually a literal tube. I thought it was like some kind of cord of electricity that shot.
It's dead cord. The tube blows up, right?
So it blows a small explosion. There's a micro amount of PETN, which is kind of like a cousin of erythritol tetranitrate, but it's like it's something else. PETN, I forgot the acronym, but it's something similar to ETN. And it literally sends an explosion down the tube. It's just a tiny little explosion that sets off the blasting cap that sets off the primary. It's nuts, man. I had a demo guy on here, and EOD. We talked about explosives.
What I wouldn't give to just clack off somebody's door, just pop tape to the door, let me back off, and let me just clack it once. I would be a happy camper. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Such a nerd. I know, but we all look. We all have had that little, like, I don't know, that thing where we just like, man, I just want to like clack, fuck the hole, clack, you know.
And it's very tactile, so they're very fun to play with. Yeah, they're well worth getting your hands on one.
I'm gonna have to. What was the name again?
The guy was Onyx Arms, ONYX, Onyx Arms. If you look, I posted on Instagram today and I linked to him, but not that I'm pimping the guy. I literally 3D printed something for him and we did some swapping. So it's I don't actually know him personally, but he sent this along and this thing is effing cool.
Super cool. Yeah, I've seen him on eBay and stuff. But,
anybody looking, if you want to look on eBay, it's an M57 firing device is what it's called. So you can go look them up. Nice.
That's dope. Front toward enemy. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. I need to get an inert claymore to put next to it.
So there's a 3D print file which is a full claymore.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to go look this up. 3D
printed claymore. I think if I'm not mistaken, it
looks cool as hell.
Yeah, and it's empty. I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about, and I have no idea what you're insinuating there.
Well, so you can put make it into a piggy bank.
Oh, piggy bank, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of back in the day? They used to call this stuff. You put dimes and shot shells and call them dime shot. I'm just gonna say that.
Oh, yeah, that too. Well, welcome, Babyface P. For all the people,
this is why I probably got kicked off of YouTube.
It could be. Well, here's the crazy thing. Like, I will literally post streams, right, going on for hours about building, about explosives, about anything. The government. And they're monetized, no problem. But I posted a 13-second video showing a handgun on my desk, and they were like, that's against our terms of service. I'm like, what?
It's amazing how that works.
They just get to make up the rules as they go, which, oddly enough, sounds similar to the gay TF. So,
Okay, we can talk about them too, because they... I hope they get a good bitch slapping. I'm really crossing my fingers that they get a good bitch slapping.
I'm hoping we can we can be hopeful. But for the people here that have not seen you before, met you before, let them know. Just give them kind of a brief rundown of who you are, what you do, and where they can find you.
The best place now it used to be youtube.com/babyfaceP. The best place now to find me, I redirected my web URL. If you go to babyfaceP.com, it'll take you over to Utreon. And I don't put any of my content behind a paywall, so you can go over there and watch all of it. I build. That's what I teach you how to do. Right now, we're working on, Dark just got to see it, an AKS-74. Next up, and now one good thing. I'm hoping this is a blessing in disguise. Now that I'm on Utreon solely for the time being, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything any longer. Utreon doesn't care. So next month, we're going to start building a SETME, an HK roller gun. And I'm going to show everything. I'm going to show you my welding settings. I'm going to show you how shitty I can weld, but how to do it. I'm going to show fucking everything so you can do it yourself.
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, Nice? Good to see you, man. Yeah, that's dope, man. I mean, that's honestly, it wasn't too long ago that all of that was on YouTube. I learned how on YouTube.
Totally normal, because it's nothing I do is illegal, and nothing I do is immoral. Nothing. I'm not going out there and soliciting things to young people. You know, it's nothing like that. It's totally constitutionally protected, everything that I do. And if anything else, I make sure that it's super legal because I don't want to get glory holed by the ATF. So
yeah, that's a that put a really vivid picture in my head. But
you know the ATF glory hole story, right? You don't know the ATF glory hole story. Oh, well, I'm going to spill the beans tonight on you. You've never heard this one. This one's going to make you laugh. If you look up, and I don't remember his name, back in 2005, an ATF agent in New Orleans got his hotel room busted down by the local sheriff's department because he had men coming and going all night long. And this is field agent. He was there. Turns out so you can read the police report. It's all out there. Everything's out there. When they broke his door down, they found, quote, a door with a round hole in it about groin level, dividing the two separate rooms. So you would come into one room. There was a door with a hole at Johnson level.
No pun intended.
Yeah. And by the way, he is, as far as I know, still on payroll.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding. If any, let me ATF glory hole. I have to look this up now for you guys.
Oh, God.
ATF glory hole. The Truth About Guns had an article in 2011. He's drawing attention. Russell Vanderwerf, Vanderwerf. Go look him up. He was running a glory hole out of, allegedly was running a glory hole out of a New Orleans house, apartment.
So first off, it was beautiful that you said you come in one room and, but anyway.
Yeah. I mean, with the way the wall is set up, I can't guarantee what room you're coming in on.
Yeah, you're coming out of the room.
Some room.
Yeah, depending on length. Now, the glory hole, did it have tape around it?
Oh, God, I don't know. I imagine you don't want to get splinters or anything. And the funny thing is they said it was 2x4. Not 2x4. It was plywood. It was a plywood frame that he built up around it. So, yeah, you don't want splinters on that. That'd be bad. 2x4 plywood will get you an infection. You got to be careful.
Oh, man.
Is that glue?
Yeah, we're not doing that. Oh, man, that's terrible. Oh, God. And, I mean,
yeah,
I guess,
real.
Every time we call it the gay TF, I mean,
it's when you said that, my mind immediately went to glory. I thought that's what you were referring to.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dark is a glory hole veteran.
You need tape. I never even thought of. Probably you go to Home Depot. Have you ever seen the roll bar foam you can buy? It's like you open it up and that's what you would use. It's foam, a self-adhesive foam you would put around.
Yeah, that's you'd have to a little larger, but it'll work. Talk about getting started.
So yeah, no, that's real. That really happened in New Orleans. Totally real. Yeah. I'm not even. I wish I were making up. You can go Google it. It'll pop up. It's out there.
Why not the Bay TF? Yeah.
Bay TF. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Fluffy Bunny? JC9Z. What's up, brother? So the gay K47 actually. So I haven't taken any steps to actually build the gay K47, but I do want to say that one of our viewers, if we're going to build a gay K47, that we needed to do it with a dong, and we wanted to shape the dong as close to an anatomically correct penis as we could. So my guy, CNT Designs and Arms, sent me a flaccid dog, the underfolder dog. Oh man, see, I really like the gentle curve on that one. That's the way to go. Now so that would be perfect, but I already got it set up. So I can't do that. I feel like I have to actually build
you need to carve. You need to get some whittling done.
Lots of whittling. So we have
you got to whittle your wood, man.
Dude, one of the other guys, John Rice, is a literal woodworker. That's one of the things he does. He's one of our viewers. He could turn this into a Cocker Spaniel in no time.
Oh man!
But I wonder how many dudes would like get this and be like, I'm gonna.
Yeah. I know you put it in their hand. They're like, "What is this? I don't like this."
Well, and we're gonna try to get like a little bit of like balls going on up here. It's gonna be great.
That was 47. I like that.
Well, we were gonna
your
do
stock. Well, I was just gonna say your stock should be fleshlight. Let's call it a fleshlight. Let's be nice. You should put a fleshlight on.
Well, so we were gonna do a can, and then put one of the a foul object over the can.
Yes.
You know, there's so many things we could do. Man.
God, could you imagine smoldering phallus because the can gets hot?
Dude, yeah, no mag dumps, guys. No mag dumps.
Yeah. You just start,
yeah. Yeah. So, so you've been on YouTube. You've been I'd say you've been pretty heavily involved with the building movement for a while, and
certain parts of it. I can't take credit for any of the 3D printing or the P80. That I there are other guys that specialize that. I specialized mostly in AKs, gay Ks, 47s, and like that's what my channel was known for, was building AKs.
Yeah, for sure. And when did you end up getting hit by YouTube?
So I've been repeatedly getting strikes, and then starting January, I got 2 back-to-back, and then a third that I believe is what kicked me off. And all of them had to do with screwing a suppressor onto a gun. That's literally all it was.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they've been. If you didn't know, that's what they've been going after lately. Is
I've heard about.
Somebody there believes that inserting a 30-round magazine or threading a suppressor on the end of a barrel is considered building a firearm modifying a firearm, and that's where my strikes came from. So
that's so ridiculous.
It wasn't even like the juicy stuff. Like I had some pretty juicy stuff on there, which, by the way, if anybody wants to see the juicy stuff that was on there, it's all on Utreon, babyfacepete.com. Take you straight to Utreon. It wasn't even the juicy stuff. It was one of the strikes was a what's the cheap guns, the carbines that are really good though. High point. It was a high point carbine that I threaded an old turd of a suppressor that I had on the end.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even like amazing content. It was a high point carbine that I put a suppressor on, and the other one was a Keltec Sub 2000 that I put a suppressor on. That's what got me banned.
I think that's a sign that you shouldn't do anything with high points anymore. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
High point is, high point. But
if you've never shot one of their carbines, they're pretty good, actually.
Yeah, I've not shot one of their carbines. I am going to pick up one of the 10 millimeter, whatchamacallit. Yep. You got to. I mean, what other 10 millimeter with a threaded barrel can you get for that price?
Yeah, absolutely right.
You know? So you've been building AKs for a while now. How long have you been building AKs?
My channel really started, like, when my first video I produced was probably 2018. I personally can tell you, actually, when I built my first AK, because I used to be a really big Redditor before they went all commie, and I posted a build instruction thing. That my first AK, I made a build instruction thing for it.
Yeah.
On Reddit. That was probably 2014. Let me see.
Wow.
I'm going to go back through my Reddit history because it's been a very long time. And I don't post anymore, so it's probably easy for me to find.
Yeah, no, somebody said, this guy's a phony. If he's really a babyface, why has he got a beard?
Well, I don't even know if the video is still around any longer, but if you go looking at the first video I did with Hank Strange, I didn't have a beard at the time, and that's where the nickname came from. Like, without a beard, I look like a child. I look like I'm 7.
I can see that. The same thing with me. I 18-year-old boy. It's
I can never get rid of it. Yeah, there's no getting rid of it.
Yeah. Shout out to Sport Brand, Jeff Cron, Silverback Towel, What's Up, Morningstar, DJ Metalhead Mercenary, Barton Fink, all you guys, coolest names in the world. JC9, what up? What up? Saw somebody else. Shogun, good to see you, brother. And Hoffman Tactical, which Hoffman Tactical is probably one of the dopest developers when it comes to like anything carbon fiber nylon. This guy is like next freaking level on, and he plays no games when he's testing his shit. So salute to you, Mr. Hoffman Tactical.
6 years ago, it looks like, is when I built my first gun and my first AK, and well, probably 7 years ago is when I built my first AK. So in that time, since then I've probably built 10 or 15 altogether.
Okay. So you've been there's been your content building, AK building stuff on YouTube for the past 7 or so years.
So that was before YouTube. AK content 4 years. I'd say at least 4, maybe close to 5 years is when I started producing content for YouTube, and never had any trouble whatsoever.
Yeah.
And again, the juicy content, they just demonetize. They turn advertising off, but they never had a problem with it. So
yeah, they never booted it off of YouTube.
Nope.
That's so crazy. So I had a lot of Polymer 80 stuff on prior. Now, like, it's the most bizarre thing. I can come on and talk about like long form live show stuff. They just aren't messing with, which I guess is safe. But if I was much larger, it would probably be a different story, I think.
Yes.
But then like videos, any video, and I'm telling you, this video, a 13-second video where I had a handgun on my workbench desk area with a 9-round magazine in it, like the only magazine that would be YouTube compliant at that point. And I had said, hey guys, because people had asked me to make the video about this particular gun. I was like, this is the gun. It's a Glock 33, 357 SIG. Here's the round. Here's how fast it goes, blah, blah, blah. And I threw my patch on the table, and that was it. 13 seconds. Strike. And I'm like,
that's not strike-worthy material. There's nothing on there worthy of a strike. There's nothing there that is against their TOS.
No, nothing at all. And that's what, in my response to them was like, hey, nothing that I did I said, please, like, inform me of what broke your terms of service. Nothing that, in my opinion, nothing that I did broke your terms of service or our community guidelines. It was a 9-round magazine, blah, blah, blah. So I got a lot of different theories. People are like, well, you said it was ammo going 2,300 feet per second, and that was like rifle ballistics out of a pistol, and they may think you modified.
When did you get the strike?
It was literally like 2 weeks ago.
That makes sense.
It just but I got videos of me
makes sense
threading on cans, of me inserting mags. I mean,
you've never gotten hit for a can thread?
Never.
They must have my channel in a different, like, flagged in a different way where it gets extra scrutiny. That's the only thing I can think.
I think they do. I think they categorize all these different channels based on reach, right? And I think your channel was much larger than mine is. You had like over 20,000 subscribers, right?
I was at 35. They're almost 36,000 when they can be.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's not, like, I'm at just under 4,000 subscribers. So small channel.
It's not bad. That's not bad though.
Yeah, I mean, and also get 50, 80, sometimes 100 people on the live stream. It's crazy.
Really? That's impressive. That's really good.
Even right now, we're just kind of chilling. We got almost 50 people in here.
What? Really? Awesome.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. My community is filled with awesome ass mofos.
Degenerates.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, did I best out loud?
Oh, no, they'll all agree.
Shamelessly, I will admit that shamelessly, I have stolen memes from the Build a Meme Foundation and posted them to my Instagram because some of them are they're just so clever. Some of the dudes that frequent your Discord are just so much more clever than me, and the shit that they produce is hilarious.
They are, and those dudes are in here right now, man.
Yeah. I'm sure they all know, but yeah, some of their stuff is just ridiculously clever.
I forgot that you were in my Discord, and honestly, I'm a dirtbag for not going in there often at all. Like, I haven't been in there in like weeks, nearly a month, and it's hard, man, just balancing everything. But shout out the glowies that are in there. So love y'all. But yeah, man. So you moved over to Utreon. Are you backed up on anything else, or what are you doing?
Well, no. Odyssey has everything as well. I backed up Odyssey before they hit me, so Odyssey technically has everything backed up. I don't really like their UI, so I probably am not going to go heavy for it. And I hate to say it, but I had a lot of people saying, "Come to Rumble, come to Rumble, come to Rumble." But if you go look at Rumble, it's a good service. I'm not saying it's a bad service, but I feel like the only people that go to Rumble go there for politics. They're not necessarily there to watch gun channels or gun building. Yeah. And maybe I'm wrong, but their algorithm is, as far as I can tell, their algorithm is politics, politics, politics. And I will talk shit. I will talk politics with the best of everybody, with anybody else, but I don't know that I want to get into that kind of content. So,
yeah, and you're a little like me in that you'll talk shit about both sides.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I think rhinos. I don't know if I can say what I think about that on whatever you do with glowies. Rhinos can you need to do the same to them too.
Yeah.
They glow in the dark. You hit the pedal. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. See, man, that's how anyone listening. That's how you know Babyface P is the man. And speaking of Babyface P has a new baby Face P.
You know what? I'll show it off to your degenerates. Why not?
Oh, that's so cool.
His internet name is Chrome Vandium. There's
nice
for all you degenerates out there. There's my little baby.
Oh,
he's a little bright, but he was out cold today on his little thing.
Dude, that's the little boppy. The boppies.
Yes, that's what it is. Boppy. Yeah, Marley said that, and I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. It's a little darker. There we go. He's a cute little thing.
Hold on. I got to... Why is it not letting me do this? Here, hold on. Put it back up. I'll put you on solo.
There you go.
Oh.
He's a cute little chunky boy.
That's awesome, man.
He's a month and a week tomorrow.
Nothing better than that age, man. That's when... Yeah, takes me back, man.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Mine is 6, and it's a whole nother. I'm like, stop twerking. No, I'm kidding. But like they're growing quick now.
You might remember this. So he's getting to the age now, because right now, Babyface P Jr. Chrome Vandium is his name. Chrome Vandium. If anybody wants to call him anything, it's Chrome Vandium. You would have to watch Hank Strange's podcast to understand that, but that's his nickname.
Which that's where you can catch Babyface P also on
Monday nights. Yeah, YouTube on Monday nights on Who Moved My Freedom podcast. But so with babies, for guys out there that don't have any, you count the first, 6 months, 8 months in weeks, because they develop so quickly. He's at 5 weeks, and he's just starting to do social smiling, where he'll look you in the eye, realize who you are, and give you a big, bright smile. And it is the greatest feeling I've ever had in my life. Oh, my God.
It's the best. It's the best. Dude,
I'll sit there, I'll pick him up, and he'll give me one of those smiles, and it's like, holy shit. Like, that is the greatest feeling.
It's life-changing, man. It's life-changing. When they get older and they can talk back to you and ask questions that just show, like, such cognitive growth, you're like, oh my God, like, how did I you?
I understand how parents will tell your fathers will tell you, like, you can't understand it till you're there. It's completely true. I would have never wanted a kid had Marley not, like, I probably would have had one eventually if, had not been Marley, but Marley's always wanted kids. But no, you just, it's something special when it's yours. Other kids, I can tell to screw off. I don't want to deal with anybody else's kid. No, thank you. But when it's yours, there's just, I don't know something in your brain changes. I don't understand it.
Yep. Very true. Very true. So are you already building an AK for Chrome Vandium?
So the day after he was born, I went to the gun store and I bought him a 1022. It is already in the box, taped shut with a happy birthday written across the receipt. I taped the box shut and I put it in the back of the safe.
Wow, dude, that's awesome.
So What was
Oh, go
that?
ahead. I was just saying you didn't want to give like a single shot first or something like to just go right into the semi-auto.
So we're going to go. He's gonna get a BB gun first. We'll probably get up like a little Red Ryder or something for him to play with, and then we'll probably go for single shot 22, and then he'll get his. I figure my guess was like 4 or 5. If he's responsible enough, we'll get him a BB gun. By 8, I think I got my first gun 22 when I was 8 or 9, so I'll probably give him a 22 at 8 or 9. He'll get his own 1022 that he can take with him whenever he moves out of the house. It's his. It's not mine. And then I'm gonna at some point I'm gonna pick up an AR lower, and when he's like 15, 14 or 15, we'll build his own AR together. So that's my goal. God forbid he hates guns. It's gonna break my heart. But I can't imagine. You guys can't see. I have a whole wall of freedom behind me that you guys can't see from where you are. There's ear pro, night vision, guns down there, body armor, gas masks. I got a whole wall of freedom that I can't imagine him growing up and hating guns. It's just no way.
You know, the thing that I think like is the game changer is exposing them to it, obviously in a safe and responsible manner, which I know you would, but doing so without like shoving it down their throat. They will naturally want to, like my daughter at 6 is like, I want to go shooting. I want to go shooting. I want you to teach me how to shoot.
Cool. It's just cool. Anybody that doesn't like guns just has never been around them. They're just cool. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, especially when you build them.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, that first time you build one and you go take it and fire it, and you're like, God damn, feels good. I put that together from parts, pieces.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, in the AK building that you do, I mean, that's always fascinated me. I know, like, once you do it, it's like probably simple enough. You're like, oh well, I threw it together, but like that's a whole level that I haven't gotten to, and I don't know. I mean, you're totally set up for this shit, right? Like, I don't know.
Tooling. That's what I was just about to say. That is exactly the thing. Parts kits are still easy enough to find, and they're not crazy expensive. Tooling is what you need, and tooling you can start. Like when I started building AKs, I had bench top tooling, so vice jaws for pressing rivets that are just you put them on the end of a bolt cutters. I had everything was like thread on because I didn't even have a vice at the time. So I would clamp it down to a desk, and then you turn a big nut at the top, and that smashes stuff. Like that's how I started, and probably $250 worth of tooling. And once you progress beyond that, like you can obviously spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on tools. But once you get a good set of tools and you've built your first or second AK, they're simple. AKs are just very, very simple, very forgiving machines. You can really you can build an AK all cattywampus. It might look ugly as hell, but it's still gonna run. It may not shoot straight, but it'll run perfect. So they're very forgiving.
Yeah. Now, do you run any of your AKs suppressed?
Yeah. I have a PBS Wolverine suppressor. I don't have it in my possession. It's still sitting in an NFA jail. You know what's funny? I have $1,500 worth of tax stamps sitting in NFA jail. But funny enough, Hank is my SOT. So they're just sitting at his place. And if I ever want to go shoot him, I go out to his range and I'm just like, hey, I want to borrow this can, and I use it and I put it back. So it's hard. It's hard, right? Like you're like, I can either just leave them there and not pay $1,500 for like 6 or 7 cans, or I can pay $1,500 and wait a year. Eventually I need to do it. But
yeah, I mean, dude, here's the thing. I noticed a lot of shops are doing that. And like, it's really hard to pass that up because typically, like, so the first NFA item I got was a 22 can and a 9mm can. Oh yeah, it's crazy. Maybe I shouldn't tell that story. Well, fuck it. So the first item that I applied for, I got denied, and it came back. And it came back to me in 2 weeks. And it was a denial. I mean, it was like one of those old school stamps, like denial, And I was like, what? But I look, and my check was still on there. I was like, dude, this didn't even get to the ATF. My local Clio, because at that point you had to have the Clio chief law enforcement officer sign off on it. My local Clio denied me from getting a 22 can. And of course, at that point, I could lawfully own anything I wanted, right? I had a charge on my record at that time that was, I guess, relatively recent. Like now it's like 15 years like past, so it doesn't really matter. But I got denied. So then I went back and I did a trust, went around and I didn't do it for that purpose. I did it because for other reasons.
The CLEO has no business knowing what I have in my house, and fuck them. They have no business telling me what I can and cannot own. I don't care what the CLEO thinks. Yep. It's none of their business.
Yep. Facts. Yep. And then I said, fuck the 22 can. I'll get a 9mm can. And then, because I didn't have any 45s, I was like, I'll get a 9mm can, and I'll be able to shoot 9mm to 22 Everything. Through it. Yeah. So I did that, got that. I still have that can. Love it. Gemtech multi-mount 9mm. It's an incredible can. Yeah, it's been great. And I got it for super cheap. Then on an employee program, I bought, this is when AAC was like, a company.
Yeah, I
got the AAC SDN6 308 suppressor.
I wanted one of
those.
It
was 10. I got it for
I wanted one so bad. When they were the hot 308 can, I wanted one so bad, and I could not afford it. Oh, it killed me.
Zip, zip, zip. That's so. It was so.
I
cool.
Still to this day, if you can't tell.
Yeah. I mean, the coolest ones, the first editions. Did you ever see what they had engraved on the front of the first editions? Front toward enemy. I was like, oh my God, I want one of those.
That's
but
freaking cool.
Those weren't in the employee program. But I got it for $525, dude. It's like, how could I ever, not get that? So I got that. And then I was like, all right, now it's all over. Got the AK SBR, all these SBRs, the AOW. So
you should see my book. I'm a tax stamp collector. I have I don't know where my NFA book is. Actually, you know what? It is right here under my desk. I have a folder with all my NFA stamps in it, and it is beautiful.
Yeah,
because I think I'm up to like 15 or 16 that are in my possession, plus another like 7 that are sitting at my SOT that I've never transferred.
Oh God, yeah. The last one I got was the Serbu Super Shorty, and
a little $5 AOW.
Yeah, coolest tax stamp ever. All right, this is, here you go. You can tell it's gotten some use.
Those were the workhorses of the suppressor world for so long.
Oh yeah, these are tanks. I mean, these were being issued at that point. I mean, I cannot tell you, God, the thousands and thousands of rounds I have through this shit.
This is my tax stamp book. It's got all my stamps in it.
Holy shit! So did you do a trust?
Yeah. That was the easiest way back before the fingerprinting stuff. Yeah. Trust was simple. I think I paid $150 for a lawyer to write it up because I didn't want to go do it myself. So I had a local lawyer write it, and it was one of those that if he made any mistakes, I could sue him because he wrote the trust. So it gave me a little bit of fallback. But no, I've never had any trouble. My trust has never given me issues.
I was way more stupid.
Did you do your own?
I did. Yeah. I went to nuplegal.com, bought the form for $3, and literally went through and filled it out.
There's nothing wrong with that. The law is you do not need to be a lawyer to understand the law and to write your own legal docs. You don't.
Yeah.
I just wanted to pay a lawyer to do it because I was, I was 22 years old. It was like, it was 11 years ago or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to.
Looking back, I should have did what you did.
Yeah.
But because I'm like, okay, so in this revocable living trust, could I put bank accounts? Like all these NFA items and like these bank accounts go to this successor. Everything. And this, so I still don't know.
Yeah, no, your trust can own anything. It's not just it's like mine is named so-and-so's firearm trust, but it's just a trust. It's just a living trust. It can have anything. There's some new cool trickery now with revocable trusts that the ATF does not like. But you can, within the last 6 or 7 years, I heard about trusts that you can create where I don't know how it's technically done, but you don't have to have a Schedule A. Because right now, for both of us, probably, there's a Schedule A as part of your trust in that back, and it's got every item in your trust listed.
Yeah.
There's a form of trust where you don't have to do that, and so you just keep adding shit to your trust, and the ATF will never know. They would have to go looking through their Form 4s to figure out what's in there because you don't give them a Schedule A any longer. And I just found out about that like 3 years ago. I was like, damn, had I known, I would have done that because screw them. They don't need my Schedule A.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, I just went in and literally hand put the items. Yeah. I didn't know that you had to like give it to them.
When you send off a Form 4, your trust should have the Schedule A. I don't know if they even care. I haven't done a Form 4 in forever.
That's a good point. Hey, Christy, good to see you. Christy is
somebody was going to say something. Who was that I was going to say? Barton Fink. I wish we had more AK parts builders in the U.S. So I'm not a parts builder, but I actually am working on getting my FFL. I've put in for a business license, and then I'm going to put in for the FFL. So you might have a AK builder. I'm not going to build parts themselves, but I might start assembling my own. $49 a year, then no more.
Wow. You said $49 a year?
Yeah, so FFLs, if you make less than 50, 49 or lower, you do not have to pay a specific tax on your items. If you make 50 or more of a specific item, you have to pay the firearms tax, and it's like 22% or something like that. Massive.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
Massive tax increase. So yeah, I would do less than 50 a year is basically what I'm talking.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, one-ish a week.
Yeah, a couple a month is what I'm thinking, and they're all going to be handmade and hand fitted and hand painted, hand assembled. Like they might not be like the creme de la creme, but they're gonna be a person sat down and made this, and it's good.
Yeah,
I'm working on that now.
What you showed me, I mean, that shit was clean, and I guarantee it runs just fine.
Oh, and I love 545.
Yeah, you're gonna hate me, huh? I'll tell you one sec. Christy, thank you for joining us, and I apologize we didn't get to connect earlier, so let's chat later or another time or tomorrow, this weekend, whatever works for you. She works with Dick Heller, and
hey, that's a name we all know.
Yeah, I had the pleasure. This was the one time in my life that I was actually on a show with him this evening, which is why I didn't get to connect with her. I'm like on a show, then busy, and on a call, then doing this, and so my apologies. But it was cool.
I would love to meet that guy in real life. I hear he is a hoot. That's what I can say.
Yeah, he's very much a hoot. We had him on John Crump Live, and he's awesome. He's awesome.
I don't know how much he got into, but I have heard that if you take him out for a drink, he's very opinionated about a lot of things that are very uncouth, and he will tell you all about it.
Nice. I'll have to see if I could ever get that opportunity.
Yeah.
Now on AKs though, I know you don't have a lot of time tonight, but just to touch on this on AKs. So I of course have AKs in 7.62x39. I have a few actually. I have an AK in 5.56, which some people say it doesn't count as a crink, right? It's the Arsenal SLR 106 UR SBR. So it's basically a crink, but it's in 5.56.
5.56. Yep.
Yeah, 8.3 inch barrel. Got the bell flash hider, that kind of thing. Yeah, there we go. The only thing
obvious. That's a Russian in 5.45.
Is that a toolkit?
Yeah, it's a 92 toolkit. That's the second gun I ever built. Second AK I ever built. You want to hear a story? When I bought that, I was breaking the bank. Mind you, I was right out of college. I didn't have a lot of money. That kit then was $1,250 without a barrel. Now you can't find them for less than like $3,000. They're impossible to find.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dude, if you were to go if you were to ever sell that, bro, I mean,
I'll let you know first. First off, it's never going to happen. Second, if it ever does happen, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what, I mean, what are people charging $5-6 grand for build?
Last one I saw was 4,500. Somebody wanted. Mind you, mine is not a perfect all numbers matching. Mine, when I bought it, was called a Battlefield pickup, and no shit, it looked like it got cut up out in Pakistan or something. It was a beater. But the thing is beautiful. I'm sure the 5.56 cranks run the same because it's a 5.45, 5.56 are very similar. They're gentle guns to shoot. They're just fun. They're so fun.
I like to take off the muzzle brake at times. Yeah. Or just throw freaking flashbangs at the range. It's
fireballs. Oh. But
sometimes it's not enough gas, and I think the 5.45 is optimized to run that kind of system, whereas the 5.56 at 8.3 inches, it's like it's got a lot of powder that's burning.
The dwell time is your problem. The reason why that bell brake is on it is because it adds dwell time, which gives you a little more gas pressure. This one here, so mine was built on a Blue Jack barrel, which if you're in the AK building world, Blue Jack was the guy that made them back in like 2010, 2011. I sourced one. It was very difficult to find. But he enlarged his gas ports just a smidge over what they were from the Russian factory. And mine will actually cycle without the bell brake, but it is sluggish. It's like, barely wants to come back.
Yeah. I had some issues in the beginning, and I thought I was going to have to open up the gas port. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what it was, if it was burrs in there that I missed or something. But after a while, it just started running totally fine. No issue. I can run it with the belt or the 4-piece bogey.
I've never tried a 4-piece on mine. I've wanted to. I've wanted to get my hands on it. But again, even Bulgarian parts have gone way up in price. Way up.
Yeah. I think I got one like right here. The 4-piece bogey.
They're cool. There have been many a times where I'm like, I'm gonna buy that, and then I never do. They're super cool looking.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's just because the bell works. I think, me personally, I find the 4-piece a little unnecessary. Because it's a lot of added weight. Your gun won't move when you fire it, like that's for sure. But it's I don't know, AKs aren't for everyone, and I get it, right? And if shit went down, I'm probably not grabbing one of my AKs. It depends.
If I'm here at home, I would be more than happy to grab an AK.
Grabbing this little 10.3 with a brace.
Yes.
On it.
Yeah.
And
I can't touch anything.
You showed me some 5.45 mags that on camera you loaded 30 rounds of 5.56 in, and I totally.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit. Or is it me that's breaking up? Oh no, it's not. It's not me. I think Dark's having issues.
Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, Dark be running on dial-up. What's your most expensive mag? Me personally, I don't know if I'm still live. Let me check real quick to make sure I'm not just talking to myself.
Boom. Okay.
Oh, am I still live? I can hear you.
Okay. So somehow, every now and then, I have my network that works, and then I have the backup network that my mesh network is on, and it'll just switch over all the time. So that's my bad, y'all.
There you go. Somebody was asking, what's my most expensive mag? I have 5 Ijevsk plum mags that I like to run. They're what's that called? The plastic. They're all Bakelite, purple Bakelite.
Yeah, the plum.
These things were not crazy expensive when I bought them, but they have, again, all of this stuff has just gone through the roof.
Oh yeah. They stopped importing those. They also stopped importing. This was in 2010
the Circle 10s.
but they stopped importing the Plum Circle 10 7.62 by 39 mags.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 10 round, a 30 round, and a 40 round. 100 and now all of those are over $200 each.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I would never pay that. But I'm sorry, I totally got disconnected and missed what you were saying.
Well, so you were saying you wouldn't take an AK as your first choice. For me, right now, if I had to, it depends on the scenario. If you want to go look back on my Instagram, I was allowed to purchase somebody's garage parts. Probably 2 or 3 months ago, a guy got in contact with me and was like, "Hey, I'm down here in Florida, close by. My father died. I got a bunch of AK stuff in the garage from way back when. I want it all gone." And we came to a price of like $3,000. So now I have like 5,000 rounds of 7.6. I have 20 or 24 Circle 10 magazines plus my Russians, and they're all loaded. So if any, I have more 5.45 ammo on hand if I ever needed it than I do 5.56. I don't have a ton of 5.56 on me right now.
Damn. Now these are the Circle 10 5.45 mags.
Yeah, I got boatloads of them. I also got a whole. I probably got 40 Romanian steel 7.62 mags. I got 3 Romanian parts kits with barrels. I got 1 Polish parts kit with a barrel and a receiver. I got a AK-74 that he had built and didn't want anymore. What else was it?
Damn.
Yeah, 30. I think we came to like $3,200 for all of it. He was like, I want money and I want it all gone. And I was like, $3,200? I'll do that. I'll take that. Send it on my way.
Deal, bro. Especially just for the 7.6. My buddy, before everything went crazy with 7.6, he was like just overloaded with money. He got 2 pallets of 7.6. So like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of the videos that I did with like in the vault. It is like can. I mean, just like stacked up everywhere.
That
it's crazy.
Some dudes look at each other and their watches and go, that dude's rich. Some dudes look at each other in their cars. If I walk into a dude's garage and he's got pallets of 7.6, I'm fainting like a woman. That is beauty.
I'm the same way. It's the same. God. When he measured like ammo, because we were talking and I was like, yeah, I'm like, getting to like right below 10,000 rounds. I need to kind of like, re-up. When he measures his ammo in pallets and barrels,
yeah, that's amazing.
I'm like measuring them in increments of 1,000. I'm like, all right, I need to set my game up. Shout out to Risky Krisky. He says, every time I hear a plum, I think of Ashley Schaefer's BMW from Eastbound and Down. I don't know if you've checked out his content. Risky Krisky is fucking awesome, dude.
I'll have to go look at it. Tim Harper, he said, what's this guy's URL? BabyfaceP.com. It'll take you to Utreon because I recently got kicked off of YouTube. 35,000 subscribers and I got the boot from YouTube. So BabyfaceP, as in the letter P.com, will take you to Utreon where all my stuff's backed up.
So one thing I wanted to discuss with you, I was thinking we may be able to do it offline, but fuck it, we can be open about it. We started a university. It is called Freedom Crew University, and we're literally teaching people how to build guns. Yeah. And instead of doing like, something like, some of the other online classes and courses or colleges or whatever, and paying like 10,000 plus per courses, it's literally a $0 to $299 course selection. And it's something where, people can literally take classes with their favorite influencers. So they can come on and take a Glock building class with, Marine Gun Builder, or, the P80 Ralph is in there. We got Flying Rich for printing shit. We got like just the Rogue Banshee, Angry Sarge, Tactical Trash Panda, all these dope ass people that people already love. And since we can't put any of this shit on YouTube, we're like, well, we need to
our
own private place for it. Well,
I agree.
One thing that we need is an AK builder.
I can absolutely do that. You and I can talk offline and figure it out. If you want me to film a new series specifically for it, no problem.
Hell yeah.
I got seriously, I got 3 parts kits down there that need they're nice Romanian dong kits, literally donger kits.
Yes.
That need to be built up. So yeah, that would be a good use for them.
Dongs are the shit. Actually, so something original. The Glock classes are kind of, seeming to be the most popular that we're scheduling out now. Are $299, but right now they're marked down to $249. So check it out. Go to Freedom Crew University. It's cool as shit. And yeah,
is it like armor classes? Is that what the Glock one is?
It's an actual building class.
Oh.
So if they have, let's say, an 80% frame or one of the new bridge frames from Polymer 80, we will literally, so it's a live class, so it's not like recorded stuff.
Oh, that's
we literally
cool.
sit down just like this, and let's say you had a kit, slide, upper, whatever frame, we would literally walk you through every step and how to have like the best builds. Like, hey, you've seen some of the like Glocks and shit that I've built, teaching people how to do like exactly that. Yeah. And A level too, which I think you'd be an awesome fit for.
There's for folks that don't know, for Polymer 80s and things like that, there's also a difference between building them, drilling holes, cutting the rails, and fine fitting them. That 98% you can get done in like 45 minutes. That extra 2% can take you a week to fine tune all the rails, get everything stoned.
Yeah.
Like that takes the most time. And that is a lot of skill. There's a huge amount of skill in that.
Yeah. And honestly, that's what I love. I mean, that 2%, that's what I love. Like, everybody's putting money into like this shit and like Dremel station and like this and that. I'm like, dude,
files and stones.
Yes. And these, I don't know if you've seen these, where are they? These guys. Oh, dude, the sanding
blocks?
Dude, they're fun. So they're like sand blocks, but they're like sponges. So they're for sanding. Dude, they can get into every single nook and cranny. And I like storing them like this, so I always squeeze them back in there when I'm done. But bro, they're so good, man. They're so good.
That's the part that I like as well. And it's the same. So it's the same with an AK. I can put together, if you have a parts kit, even from a flat, if you have a flat and a parts kit and a barrel that's unpopulated, give me 6 hours and I can have it up and running. The fine fitting of making sure the dust, because dust covers don't always fit perfectly. You have to trim the front of the dust cover to make sure you have it lined up where you want it. Safety latches, definitely. Safety latches on AKs are finicky.
Yeah.
There are certain things you want to do to
bend them and
either bend it, or sometimes the inside the safety where it rides through the receiver, where it actually like clips onto the receiver, you have to relieve metal in there sometimes to get it to where it's looser.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of little tidbits like that you need to really perfect your AK. Because again, I can spin up an AK in 6 hours off of a barrel, a flat, and a parts kit real quick.
Yeah.
It'll shoot. It will be ugly and it'll rust. But the fine fitting, the painting, the sandblasting, like that's the fun stuff where it comes, like you take it out of the paint and you put it together and you're just like, God, that looks good. Oh, it looks so good.
Dude, I'm still sitting on a couple flats and I don't even know where to start.
I have all of the tools and they are, I normally, so anybody listening, all the hooligans in the chat, I don't know you and I'm sorry. I don't lend my tools out to just anybody, but Dark, if he needs tools, you are welcome to any of my AK tools.
Well, I'll tell you what,
lots of stuff.
Ever in around your town, I would love to wake up your baby by using your tools.
That's the greatest thing about this child is in the womb, I guess he got used to the sounds of the dog and the tools, and nothing wakes his ass up. The dog barking doesn't bother him. Me racking AKs while he's laying over here, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Doesn't care at all.
That's all. Hell yeah. And one question I didn't ask, the Wolverine can, is that a 46 cal? I heard it was something
I think so. So one thing is it's tapered. This way actually, the bore is tapered outwards. So in case you have a little bit of problem with your muzzle, you don't get in cap strikes. But yeah, I think the end of it is like 46 cal. It's considerably larger than a 308 or 310.
That's I mean, honestly, it's such a great engineering, and I think that was based off of the original.
The shape of it looks exactly like the PBS-1 from Russia. And if anybody out there wants to go look up the original Russian PBS-1 suppressors.
It's a mag.
They're turds. It's a mag, with like a couple little metal discs in it. They are absolute turds. It's amazing that they work.
Yeah, crazy. But honestly, so you're right. You have to make sure that the bore and like especially with the QD can. I mean, I'm running that
Eccentric
blackout or that AAC can on the 7.62x39 underfolder, and the concentricity of the bore and threading and all that. Like a lot of them, you can look at a barrel and be like, okay, that's way off center. But man, I've run thousands of rounds, probably a little over 3,000 rounds through the 7.62x39 out of the 7.62x51 can. And dude, the AK round, that AK round suppresses so nicely.
It does. It actually does. A lot of people will tell you that AKs are terrible. They're not, from the shooter's perspective, they're not great suppressor hosts because there's a lot of loud moving stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
From the downrange perspective, especially subsonics, it's a good round. And heavy bullets like that, heavy cartridges, lend themselves well to being subsonic because you still get a good thump at the end when it hits something.
Yeah.
5.45. They actually, Russia makes 7 in 22 is, I think, super penetrator. There's 7 in 31 maybe. There's a 5.45 that is subsonic.
Really?
And it's like, and it's a special purpose round, and it's like at that point you're just shooting a 22 LR. Like,
does it still run the bolt?
Does not run the bolt. You have to cycle yourself. I'm guessing it's for shooting guard dogs and guard men and people guarding shit.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be lighting dudes up with it. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing. It's like, I always wondered about that, right? And that's why the 300 blackout round was such a big deal at that time. Because for suppressed 5.56, you were either shooting, rounds that were breaking the sonic speed barrier, or you were shooting basically the equivalent to a 22 round that didn't cycle your bolt. So when the 300 blackout came out, it was like, whoa, a subsonic round that was actually designed pretty ingeniously that cycles the bolt and it doesn't break the sonic speed barrier. And it was cool. I'm not a 300 blackout, I
like it. I think it's a great cartridge for its intended use.
Yeah.
As long as you're using your cartridge for its intended use, it's hard to hate a specific cartridge. When you try making it do things it's not supposed to, that's when you're like, oh yeah, of course it sucks at shooting 1,000 yards. It's a subsonic 300 blackout.
Yeah. With some supers, you can see out pretty far.
That was the magic about 300 blackout, though.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything. You took a mag of subs, pop, pop, pop. You take a mag of supers, pop, 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 and you made no changes to your gas system or your gun. It just runs.
Yeah, it's cool as shit. Honestly, the one thing that kept me, so I sold all my 300 blackouts, and I was like, all right, I'm doing 5.56 across the board, 7.62x39 across the board, 9mm across the board. I'm gonna have an armory. Like, screw all the crazy different calibers. And I sold all my 300 blackouts. I had a Remington 700 and 300 blackout.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh man, it was the first gun that I actually hit a deer with. And I mean, I mistakenly hit it with a subsonic, and it didn't do what I thought it was going to do.
Oh, it's going to be a bad time for that.
Yeah, I tracked this deer for like 5 hours. It just, I should have just put a supersonic in it, and it was, but didn't do that. I've seen dudes when I first got that. I started looking up YouTube videos. I seen dudes taking shots with supersonics at 1,000 yards, and I was like, oh my god, like this is so such a versatile platform. So being that I'm going through and rewatching The Walking Dead, I'm like, all right, I need to get another 300 blackout because this would fill so many different roles in the shit hit the fan WROL scenario.
If shit hits the fan If you're, I always tell this to new gun owners, or if you want to have you need to have your basics. Glock 19 or 17. You can do a 17 if you want. I typically say Glock 19 for your 9mm. You need a shotgun. Just get yourself a cheap old Remington or what's the other one? Mossberg.
Yeah.
Plain old shotgun, and get yourself a hunting rifle, some sort of bolt gun. That will give you, and an AR-15 and an AR-15.
Yep.
That will give you anything from 5 yards to 800 yards.
Yep, totally agree. People shit on me actually because I say how incredible and versatile shotguns are.
Oh God, shotguns are devastating. If you look at the aftermath of a shotgun, especially with the right cartridge, depending on range. If you put double-aught buck in somebody within 25 feet, you're gonna be peeling up floor and wall for a month to try to clean that out.
Dude, I don't know. A lot of people aren't a fan of Clint Smith of Thunder Ranch. Some people are like,
gonna take a shit and throw it on the ground. Is that the quote you're gonna?
Something like that. Basically, it was like, you
use the right cartridge at the right range, and it's gonna leave a hole and take that chunk of shit and throw it on the floor.
Yeah, you put with a shovel.
Like, but that is 100% true. Shotguns.
Yeah.
Even I would never tell you to use birdshot as a self-defense cartridge, but it will screw somebody.
Yeah.
I looked up some. Yeah, I looked up some X-rays of a dude that got hit with birdshot, and he was peppered from his nose to his balls. He had him in his aorta. He had him in his lungs. He was messed up. It didn't incapacitate him, and that's the problem with something like that.
Yeah.
But you use 4-aught buck or anything below that down to double-aught within home range, that person ain't leaving your house.
I mean, and the slug, the right.
Oh, it's a nasty thing.
Dude.
An ounce of lead flying at 1,500 feet a second or whatever.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It is just absolutely devastating. And when a slug hits a liquid medium like flesh, flattens and like this, and it's like this fucking boat propeller just flying through the grass. The energy, oh man, that's mean.
If I had to take one gun forever, I would be a pump action shotgun would not be out of reach for me, because you throw a little bit of black powder in a shell and load it full of BBs or coins or whatever the hell you can find, and you chamber that thing, you're going to do some damage.
Yeah, it's brutal. And I mean, kind of like what you're saying, but like all jokes aside, anyone can reload 12 gauge. Anyone. If you got a wooden dowel and some patience, is that what you've been holding? I couldn't tell what it was.
It's a powder flask. I don't know if I can show you what I got. Well, I can't. I'm not going to risk it for you. I just finished repairing a Colt 1849 pocket revolver.
Nice.
From 1852. Again, Instagram. You can go check out my Instagram. It's posted on there.
Yeah.
And so I got all the stuff to go along with it. It's like the bullet mold, so I can make bullets. Got the powder flask. I've yet to shoot it because I can't find black powder anywhere.
Can you measure with that flask? Does like the top measure? Or?
So the cool thing about the flasks is these tops are interchangeable. It's like a generic thread that they all come in.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is 10 grains. This, you put your thumb over the top, you turn it upside down. You like open the thing, turn it, close the thing, and you get about 10 grains of powder.
Nice. Dude.
And the thing with black powder is you don't have to be precise. You can go 9, 10, 11, 12. It's not going to hurt anything.
Yeah. I definitely need to pick something like that up because I started reloading 37 millimeter. And it turns out accuracy is important.
37?
Yeah, 37 millimeter.
Okay. What are you firing that out of?
Hold on.
That's bigger than a Lottie.
So think 40 millimeter.
Oh, 37 grenade, flare.
Yep. Yes.
37 flare. I'm thinking 20 millimeter Lottie, which is an anti-tank round.
Ah,
I thought you were meaning like 37 mil, like aircraft round.
no, no. Although
we talked about this last time. You were doing some 3D printing as well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was really cool.
But I basically all my 3D printing was basically Glock frames, mag wells, and none of the 37 it worked out. But
really?
I ended up getting the thing with like PLA Plus and stuff like that, like I would have to get into exotics to get things that are like really effective for staying in one piece during
nylon. You gotta do nylon, and you gotta pipe that gas out the window so you don't suffocate or die. Like, and there's for anybody that doesn't 3D print, getting into exotics, especially like nylon will kill you. If you close your door and breathe the fumes, you'll die.
See, I know a lot of people that are just like, I'll be all right. I'm like,
no, put a fan out the window.
Yeah, I mean, it should be in an enclosure.
Yes.
Been late with but people are gonna be people. It's like I noticed Rich was just getting more stupid every day.
It's the nylon fumes.
He'll be all right. So this is an aluminum casing with a 209 primer.
Yeah.
And this is called a dragon's egg.
I like the look of it. What in the hell does it do?
So this has basically 3 dead explosions. And this is basically
a firework.
Yeah, it's a firework. It's like a bird banger.
Yeah.
So this is what a bird banger looks like before you load it, right? So
this is cool.
Oh yeah, bro. It's this gets in there like deep. Right?
Oh.
Basically what you do is you take, so this is one of the original ones I was messing around with.
Yeah.
This think of it like this. So you take something with a powder cup already in it. If it doesn't have a powder cup in it, there's a couple things you can do. You can also buy them for cheap, but that basically you glue it to the bottom of your casing, and it'll pop out, it'll break, it'll snap. They're basically a consumable, but you drop 50 grains or so for the lift charge, and then you put a disc in there to increase the pressure, and then the disc has a little circle in it, right? Then
helps the fuse light.
That's right. Then you put it down there. The rubber band keeps it tightly seated in there so it can, turn upside down and, not come out. And you push it down there. Now, this one, as you can see, is much larger than the little guy I got here. So this is just 50 or 60 grains of black powder. So it's just a lot of glue.
It's a loud noise.
Yeah, they're called bird bangers. So like
you're supposed to it's made for scaring birds away from your crops. That's the idea behind it.
Oh, hey, and Eagle Run 23. Dude, I'm sorry. I saw your message. I forgot to get back with you. So my apologies. I'm just letting everyone down tonight. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I mean, basically that's what it is. I mean, anything anti-personnel, it's illegal, or you got to register it as a disruptive device. But having the knowledge and ability and capabilities in like,
there's nothing wrong with that. Knowledge is free and not illegal.
Yep. So
nothing wrong with it. I have some very interesting books under my desk right now that I'll show once we hang up here. You would really enjoy reading through.
Yeah.
They were sent to me by somebody who used them in training. Nice. I'll show them to you after you leave.
Nice. Barton Fink, I heard about that. That's I've been speaking with a lot of the guys on some of the 37 millimeter and 26.5 millimeter stuff. We've had a lot of conversations about that.
Again, from this standpoint here for YouTube's algorithm, you're basically making cool fireworks that you just launch from a flare gun.
Yeah,
that's all it really is. Yeah,
flare guns, stuff, smoke. Oh, the smoke. Dude, the shit you can do with the smoke rounds is crazy. I actually want to make my own CS gas or oleo capsicum resin gas smoke canister. So that way, if
now you may need to check the legalities on that one.
So you are as crazy as it sounds, because that sounds anti-personnel.
It's not anti-personnel.
It's not. It is
Self-defense. I mean, pepper spray is a very common self-defense tool. It's the same thing.
I carry one every day, you know,
because I just imagine hitting somebody in the chest with a 37 millimeter canister of pepper spray.
Oh,
that would be fun. I would enjoy doing that. If you take me to Atlanta while BLM is having or not BLM, Antifa's having fun, I would go to town with you bring a case of those and I have fun.
Oh yeah. And, like, look, a lot of times, like, those guys during riots and shit, they're launching basically mortars from a fireworks tube, right?
Yes.
But imagine if you had something with accuracy, and I mean, it's pretty.
I would love if you do follow through with that. I want to know more.
Yeah. I'm really considering saying F it and getting a 40 millimeter, getting it registered as a.
It's a D. I think it's considered a short barreled rifle. It's not a destructive device. Right?
It's a
DD.
Yeah.
So you have to register it on a Form 4 as a DD, but it's still just a Form 4. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's still just
the tube itself is the easy thing to get, it's simple.
They kind of changed things a little bit, because it used to be you could get a receiver
easy
rifle barrel, but then basically restrictions had changed because the ATF changes shit all the time. Now you could go buy a receiver from somewhere, and then you could go buy a rifle barrel from somewhere, and then Form 1 a destructive device. I mean, you can order both of them lawfully to your door, but you
can't put them together. It's constructive intent if somebody comes knocking on your door.
Bingo. So you don't want to.
And the other thing is, you probably could get 40 Mike, but for a regular person to get 40 Mike, it's a $200 tax stamp per 40 Mike.
Yep.
And it's disposable.
Yep.
Or if you have a big enough spot, you just get yourself an FFL, a number 10 FFL.
Yeah.
Start making whatever you want.
Even if you got like an 07, 02 SOT, and you got your FEL, the Federal Explosives License, and you had enough land, you could pretty much do whatever you wanted to.
Yeah, that would be a dream of mine. A couple 100 acres. Bunch of blasting caps, and we just go clacking shit off whenever we feel like it.
Yes. Dude, I'll tell you what, though. If you ever got a few extra minutes, I know you mentioned, like, Google images of, like, shotgun wounds. Look up reloading 40 millimeter.
That's a thing.
Spaghetti hands all over, dude.
Oh, do they all lead you to live leak?
I mean, basically, it's like, it's that bad. It's that bad.
Yeah. I mean, well, for people that don't know, primers are hazardous. You go to, it is not uncommon for ammo factories so they keep their primer facility shielded from the rest of the ammo factory, because it's not uncommon for them to explode or catch fire every couple years. The primers, a couple boxes of primers will self-detonate, and then shit goes crazy. So they keep all that separate from the powder.
Yep. Interestingly enough,
Corn Pop says he misses Live Leak. I do too, my man. I do too.
R.I.P. Live Leak. Yeah. Interestingly enough, what is it? 3M. What's the company?
3M. DuPont.
Thank you. So DuPont has factories like all over the place, and almost everything that they make has some type of energetic component to it.
Yes.
So they used to make, they had factories, and they would literally produce trinitrotoluene, which is TNT.
TNT, yeah, that's the good shit.
Yeah, and they would make it from beginning to end in one factory, and they would blow up constantly.
Yes, it's
entire buildings just boom, just gone.
Yeah, if you, again, for anybody listening, if you go look at ammo plants, you go look at the major manufacturers, Winchester, Remington, Winchester, what are the other ones? They always have their primer facility completely separate from their powder facility, because it's not uncommon for the primers. The powder that they use in priming compound has to be kept underwater, so it can't self-ignite. It is, I mean, because again, it's a thing that you're just hitting and it creates an explosion. So imagine how a pound of that shit sitting around, how dangerous. Somebody sneezes and that goes off.
Oh yeah, it's very once it's inside the, once it's in it, but it is very unstable.
Yeah.
Touch powder, which touch powder is like flash powder,
Yes.
Acetone, and it's called touch powder.
You just
literally go off.
So and stuff like that is, people don't realize stuff like that's perfectly legal to own and make and have fun with. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not super dangerous unless you've got like a coffee can of it that you put your toes in or something.
Yeah. You just can't transport it, and you can't do anything commercialized off it. Like, you can't charge people to remove stumps or whatever.
Yes, but you can go in your backyard and have fun.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's consumed right after you make it. But look at all your state laws and stuff, guys, because
don't go blaming us.
Yeah. So
no, I would love, I keep saying it, I would love to clack off. If anybody out there knows somebody that's a 10 FFL, a manufacturer of explosive devices, I would love to come out to your range and just clack off a door just for the fun of it.
Hell yeah.
Just bury a det cord in the ground and let me just clack some det cord. I'd be happy with that. My God.
Just you invite me. I could almost guarantee that we could take that clacker, connect it to a set of E-matches that would send a signal to detonate something like a flash powder, little bang like that. That'd be dope. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Well, you got a baby to tend to and stuff.
I am well past my bedtime. I'm struggling right now. Struggle busting.
No, you're good, man. I really appreciate you coming on. Anything else you want to hit on before we call it a night?
I'm not going to say those words. BabyfaceP.com. That's the best way to find me, and it's Babyface P as in the letter P. It'll take you to the Utreon page. If you want to learn about building anything, it's going to be there. Next month, we're going to be working on building. I'm going to be starting up a set-me, which a set-me will also work for a G3 or an MP5. They're kind of the same if you got the right tooling. So if you want to see how to build out a set-me, and the set-me parts are cheap. The only thing that's hard is you need to know how to TIG weld. But if you guys want to see that, that'll be coming up next month. And now that it's on Utreon and not the boob tube, it's going to be completely unneutered, uncensored. I'll show you every little piece that I can. I already got jigs printed for drilling holes and nothing illegal. This is for a different thing, not a third pin. But no, I got all this stuff already printed, ready to go. So it's gonna be a really good build, and it's the last thing you can get. Set-me's, you can still sometimes pull them up on like Labor Day or 4th of July for $120 for a parts kit.
What?
So, oh God, yeah, because nobody builds them. They're a massive pain in the ass.
Dang. And I heard you can print the bending jigs and shit.
That is how I got this. The guy was like, "Hey, send me a bending jig," and I was like, "It's gonna take me a week to print it, but okay."
Well, one of my viewers, John Kimball, who's been asking Flying Rich to print him a freaking set me bending jig for
message me, Patrick at babyfaceP.com. It takes about a week, and I literally just did one and mailed it off like 4 days ago. This thing literally came in the mail today. It's about a spool and almost a spool and a half. So that's say $30 in material and about a week on the thing. Message me. I can help you out. I just have to run my 3D printer for a week, but who cares? It sits in a different room anyways.
Hell yeah.
Again,
go ahead.
Patrick at babyfaceP.com for my email. BabyfaceP.com will take you to Utreon.
Hell yeah. And on that note, reminder, guys, remember that Polymer 80 did release the new bridge frame. It is totally lawful, totally unserialized, and can get shipped to your door just like any other frame blank. We are back in business with Polymer 80s. Now, also, as we know, a lot of people have been bringing this up, like in Reddit and all over the internet, that you can use the old jigs, but that one pin, no one in the world has a jig to drill that one pin. Well, guess what? Your boy, DLD Hardware, does have that one pin jig. It's we're doing pre-orders right now. They are available. I've already sold a whole bunch of them. They're going quick, and I don't know how many I have left. I have like 28 left or 30 left, something like that. So if you guys do want to purchase one, you would be supporting the channel by going to DLD Hardware, and of course, that's me. It's your boy. So
I'm kicking myself. I don't know how many of those jigs I've thrown out over the years.
Oh man,
the clamshells, I've must have thrown out 6 of them.
In the last like 5 months, I've sold almost 2,000.
I've thrown out so many of them because I'm like, screw this, I don't need this piece of shit anymore.
Get it for free with the frame.
Provable, yeah.
Yeah. Morningstar. So I do, over the next like 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, I will have a new AR-15 jig available. And if you guys don't know what this bridge frame looks like, it'd be a good idea to check one out on the internet. So if you go to 1776 Supply Co's website, you're going to see exactly what the bridge frames look like, and you'll see that they're the only company with colors available. So support the people that support us. So that's it.
Do you have a coupon code?
I don't have a coupon code. I don't. But what I can say is that as far as DLD hardware goes, I do have the cheapest jigs out and available right now. As a matter of fact, P80 is really mad at me for the price that I'm selling them for because they're selling them for $50. I'm selling them for $25, and they don't like it very much. They tell me frequently. But it's just a map violation. No big deal. Anyway, guys, make sure we support Babyface P. It's really limited his reach, basically his YouTube channel being stolen from him after years and years and years of hard work. So let's make sure we support him on Utreon and in all ways that we can. Find him on Instagram, show him some love, and support that new baby that he's got, guys. Come on.
Instagram is baby_faceP. And that's where I post a lot of my nonsense. If you guys want to go see memes that I steal from you guys, because I steal a bunch from you guys anyways, you want to see me repost your memes, go check my Instagram.
Yeah, and I will tell you guys too, warning, Babyface P is super based. He is definitely a bust. He knows about all the crazy...
If they glow in the dark, you run them over.
Yes. All the stuff that people call conspiracy theories, which we call truth finding. He's just like us. And he also knows who did 9/11. So on that note, let's go ahead and close out. Any thoughts or anything else you wanna share before we close?
No, I am not a money maker. If you guys can't tell, I'm here to help out. So if you see me on like Dark's Discord or whatever, or you can hit me up on Instagram or email me, I'd be more than happy to help you with your build. I spend a lot of my day answering questions from people saying, "Hey, I want to work on this. How do I do this?" And so it doesn't bother me at all.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, in closing, guys, I'm going to close out the stream the same way that I always do, which is in our world, in our big little world, rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief little interaction you have with somebody is an opportunity for you to possibly make a big impact on their life. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because a hand that's open to give is open to receive. And then rule number 3, the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. So make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. Not a knife. I mean, keep a knife on you always, but I'm referring to a firearm. Keep it on you, provided that you're allowed to, with all the disclaimers. That's it. And because I'm on John Crump's StreamYard, I don't even have my exit music or anything. So I guess this is where we just say